It is now possible to enhance images like in the science fiction movies. However, it is not a fiction anymore. With the super application that we developed based on the open source super model, it is now possible to get such level of enhancement with only 8 GB GPU. So even if you have a very old GPU that doesn't even support BF16, you will be able to use our application on your computer. And today I am going to show you everything about this amazing open source application. We have added so many features to this upscaler currently version for the 6, and we have so many new features that you are going to enjoy and like, such as currently our upscaler even works with 8 GB GPUs even on old GPUs like 1080 or 2080. So this is the very best upscaler right now with one-click installer, and today I am going to show you how to install, upgrade, update on Windows. We have so many new features. For example, we are able to generate a comparison video immediately like this, and as you are seeing right now, it is a video with any resolution and FPS and duration that you can generate. This upscaler also has so many other features that are embedded. I know that there are some workflows for ComfyUI, but this is very easy to use. We have prompt styles. We are able to on the fly change the model as you are seeing. We have checkpoint type. We are also supporting SDXL Lightning. We have embedded Lava. So when you click this Lava, it will automatically generate the caption for you. We have batch processing, just enter the folders. We have advanced parameter settings, quality and fidelity, automatically setting everything for you. We have face restoration, and both of the options are working. Either you can restore only face of the image, or you can restore only background of the image, or you can restore both of them. When we go to the restored faces, we can see from this face to this face. And none of the existing upscaler will give you such quality with such loyal to the original image. We also have generate comparison video. You see, you can set duration, FPS, width and height. We have randomized seed. We have number of images to generate with different seeds. We have batch size. Moreover, we also have video processing, but it is not fully working yet. Hopefully we will make it. So this is the very best upscaler that you can use right now with one click. You can change the upscale size as you are seeing. We have amazing improvements for the reduced VRAM and speed up, and also displaying processing. So how we are going to install this upscaler? First of all, you need to have installed Python, Git, and if you want video options, you need to have installed FFmpeg. The link of this post will be in the description of the video. When we go to the how to install and requirements, you will see that you need to have installed Python. So how do you know that you have installed Python? Open a CMD window like this and type Python, and you should get 3.10.11 or 3.10.6. However, if you install 3.11 or 3.12, it will not work. So you need to have default Python setup as 3.10.11. I suggest that 3.10.11. 3.10.11 works with other AI applications such as Automatic 11 and WebUI, Kohya, OneTrainer, any other thing. So if you don't know how to install this, there is a link here. And also on my channel, this video will show you everything that you need, how to install Python, Git and FFmpeg. Let's also verify our FFmpeg installation and Git installation. You see, when I type FFmpeg, I see the version. Let's also type Git because these are important, and Git is also installed. If you don't install these, it will not work. Or if you install different Python versions like 3.11, 3.12, it will not work. However, any version of 3.10x should work. Okay, after that, go to the very bottom and you will see super version for the 6. Download it. I will also show how to upgrade your existing installation or move the existing models. So let's move this into our F drive, copy paste here, extract into version 46. If you are installing first time, just double click Windows install.bat file and it will automatically install everything for you and download everything for you. However, in some cases, some people are having issues to download models because there are so many models to download. So what you can do in that case, I will generate multiple folders so we can see. So let's download all of the models with a single zip file. This zip file can be resumed and can be downloaded from your browser. Click it. It will start downloading 33 gigabytes zip file like this as you are seeing right now. You can pause this, resume this, or you can increase the download speed with a downloader like UGET. UGET is free. Actually, let me show you. Let's download the UGET from here. It has download QA and a lot of options. So let's download for Windows. This is an open source application, free one. Let's click this. If you can't extract it, you can install WinRAR, but Windows should be able to extract it. You see it is getting extracted. Let's also cancel this to show you from UGET. This is not mandatory. However, in some cases, downloads of the models with the CMD window may fail. So I will show you alternative way. Enter inside extracted UGET folder, enter inside double click UGET exe, then click file, new download, copy this URL, right click, copy link address, paste here. Also wherever you want to download, let's pick the downloads folder, for example here, okay. And you can make it like 16 connection to download faster, click OK. And it will start downloading. UGET download is extremely high speed because it can start multiple downloads at the same time. It has resume option, pause option. You see when I pause and then I can click resume as well. To resume it, I think we click runnable or let's say for start. Yes, and it will start and you see the download speed is amazing. And the third option is what if you want to update your existing installation. So I go to the version 45. This was my previous installation. Then I just click update version and it will update to the latest version like this. However, in some cases we may change the requirements. In that case, you can double click update Windows requirements and it is going to update all the necessary libraries automatically for you like this. Okay, the third option is moving your existing model files. To do that, I will first delete the downloader.py file, then I will start Windows install as usual, then wait until super folder appears here, then inside here delete this download models.py file. Then what you need to do is you need to move your existing model files into there. So the models were here, so I just cut this to move them into my newest installation, which is here inside super, and paste it. And then I move it my existing model files. It may give you several errors because that the file is missing. However, it is not important because it will complete all the installation automatically for you. So currently UGET is using my entire network. You see 500 megabits per second download. This is my maximum speed and you can see that it is downloading with 66 megabytes per second. So you can delete the downloader files and download with the UGET and then we will extract the downloaded models into our folder. However, you can also wait for the command line interface download and install as well. UGET download has been completed and also the automatic installer is also downloading models. The download speed of the Python, the automatic installer is slower than UGET as expected, but this will also download everything. Alright, the entire installation has been completed. You can see that virtual environment made and installed properly. However, before closing this window, I suggest you to look through all of the messages like this as you are seeing right now. I am going to show you entire messages right now. As I am moving, I am checking that if there are any errors or not, because it is important to verify everything is installed accurately. You will also get this error. Don't worry, the installer is fixing this error afterwards. And also this part is super important. Verify that every model is accurately downloaded as you are seeing right now. In some cases, you may get errors while downloading. Computer may have problems while downloading. In that case, I suggest you to use this as a base and download. So after you download it this way, how you are going to use it, let's go to the downloaded folder. let's cut it, then move to our installed folder, for example, super version 49, paste here. This is a huge file. A lot of models are being downloaded because it includes also the Lava Captioner and some of the checkpoints that we are going to use. Then when we open this, you will see that there is models. So I can enter inside this folder and I can just drag and drop these models into here. So it will extract the models folder into here and it will ask me to replace because I already have downloaded everything. Alternatively, you can do this. You can move this into the super folder and just right click and click extract here. It will ask you to replace files. You see the both files are same. Just click yes to all. This is WinRAR, by the way. This is free. You can also install this and it will extract everything into there. So I will cancel this operation because I already have downloaded. There is one crucial thing that you need to be aware of when you are installing our super. Don't make the parent folder name same as super. You see this folder name is super version 49, so don't make this as super like this because it may cause errors. So always give a custom name, different name than the super. So both of the parent folder name and the folder name is not super. They are different. Okay, after installation, how do we start? You will see that there is Windows Start Super App.bat file. Double click it. It will ask you options. Now these options are super important. The first option is half precision. And if you have 24GB GPU, you can start this. There is also FP8 precision. This will use minimal amount of VRAM. Actually, there is no quality difference between FP8 and BF16. So you can also use this even though you have high VRAM, and there is also full precision. This is for very high VRAM GPUs. So let's say you have 8GB, 12GB GPU, select option 2. Then this is super important. If you need speed, then select FP8. Then in here, select start without tiled VAE. However, this will use a lot of VRAM. So if you have 12GB or 8GB, start using tiled VAE. Or let's say you are going to do high resolution upscale, again use start tiled VAE. So I am going to start tiled VAE. This is going to reduce our speed like 50%, even more. So if you need speed, you can rent a higher VRAM GPU from Massive Compute. We already have Massive Compute installation and hopefully I'm going to make a tutorial for that, or we already have installer for Rampot with instructions. You see Rampot instructions, and also we have Massive Compute instructions. So rent a like 40GB GPU, 48GB GPU, and you can use without tiled VAE to get best speed. Then there is also keep models always in GPU. This will be a little bit faster than start with auto move to CPU. If you have a limited VRAM, then again start with auto move to the CPU. Then you can either start with light dim or dark dim. I will start with light dim because I like it. There is also available command line arguments. When you open this, you will see all of the command line arguments and what they do. One of the most important one is share option. If you provide share, it will give you a gradual leveling. And then there is also a very important one, which is the checkpoint directory. So you can give a different directory to your start argument and use different directory. When you edit this Windows Start Super App, you will see the options here and you will see some examples. For example, with this argument, I am going to give this as a single checkpoint. Also, I can give model folder. So let's go back to the command line arguments here and you see checkpoint directory. So if you want to give a different checkpoint directory, copy paste this here with dash dash and then give the folder path. Let's say I wanted to give this folder as a checkpoint, so I copy this and paste it here like this. So it is going to use this as a checkpoint folder when I start next time. Moreover, if you don't want to keep pressing options each time, we have Windows Start directly here. Windows Direct Start with no options. You can see the options that it is going to start with. It is going to start with half parameters, FP8, tiled VAE, and open browser and outputs folder. And our app started with option selected as 2111, and it will automatically open a browser interface like this. So this is the interface that we are going to use, and there are several key things that you need to be careful here. We have already information buttons like this, so you can click these buttons to see what they do. And then let's upload an image that we want to upscale. You can simply upscale everything. However, face restoration may not work at every image. You can also upscale your Dreamboot generated images. For example, this is one of my image. Let's upscale it into the higher resolution. Minimum upscale resolution is 1024 for the lower dimension. So you need to increase it slowly from here to go to the target resolution that you want. Let's upscale this into 2x, so it is going to become 4 megapixel. I am going to apply Lava, and I am going to use the one of the models. Okay, let's refresh. Yeah, currently these are the models because we were overriding the previous model. As you remember, we canceled it. So we can also download the checkpoints from here. We can download these ones currently. Moreover, you can request me to add more downloads here. I'm going to use my Dreamboot generated model to restore my face because that image is Dreamboot generated image. And if you wonder what is Dreamboot, how do we fine-tune ourselves, I recently released a masterpiece tutorial here. It is over 2 hours. Watch it to learn how to train Dreamboot, how to train Stable Diffusion. So the checkpoint that I'm going to use is here. I will copy it. Then I am going to move back into Super, inside models, inside checkpoints. This is where we put models. I will copy paste it. You don't need to restart your application after copy paste. I will click this refresh and I will select my model. I will let it to generate the prompt. Then I am going to use a custom prompt for my face, photo of OHWX man. This is my activation prompt. I am going to enable background restoration and face restoration. Moreover, you can enable this auto unload Lava if you have a low VRAM to make it work. Then there are settings. Now this settings is very important. As you make this higher, it will make more dramatic changes on the image. So if the image is too different, then reduce it like 5. So it will reduce the effect of the image. Then there is also, you will see the prompt style. As you change this will change the Lava prompt and also the default positive and default negative prompts here. You see this application is extremely advanced. We have worked a lot on it. So let's return back to the photorealistic. And we also have batch processing. For batch processing, just set the input folder and output folder and click process batch and it will do batch processing. Okay, did we set everything? We set apply Lava, so it will auto generate the prompt for me. I will return back this to the face prompt. This is important. Apply super. Apply super means that it will upscale image. Save captions means that auto-generated captions will be saved. I will show. And everything is set. We can also generate comparison video. However, for this to work, you need to have FFmpeg installed. So the output resolution is like this. Let's also set the output resolution of the video here. And then all you need to do is click process single. First, it will load the Lava and generate caption. Everything is visible on the interface and also on the CMD window. Always look for the CMD window. Don't forget that. First time model loadings will be always slower, so patiently wait. The consequent process single, process batch will be faster than the first time. Moreover, if you are limited with the RAM memory, you should increase your virtual RAM memory. How to increase it? Type control panel and inside control panel go to the system. Then in here you will see advanced system settings. In here you will see advanced tab and in here you will see settings. Click that and in here you will go to the advanced tab and in here you will see virtual memory. Change it, set your device. I prefer you to set it on a faster disk and you can change the size from here like 50,000 and you will get a 50,000 virtual memory. Okay. After this change you need to restart. So the upscale already started and 50 steps already completed. We are going to get the image. However, if it was able to detect the face in this image, it will also upscale the face separately. So there will be two upscales. Yes, probably it is going to happen. Yes, first upscale it face, then it is going to upscale the other part. So it is going to do two upscales. If your upscale is too slow, then start your task manager. Let me show you. Right click, start task manager, go to the performance tab, and in here you will see your GPU and pay attention to the shared GPU memory. If it starts using shared GPU memory, then it will become 20 times, 30 times slower than expected. So what you can do to prevent such issue, you need to reduce your use of VRAM before you start upscaling. How you can do that? You can go to the startup, disable all of the startups, restart your computer, and it will minimize your VRAM usage. Moreover, you can reduce your target resolution, because the more the target resolution, it will use more VRAM. And if still it is not sufficient, then you need to rent a cloud service. However, even with 8 GB GPUs, currently you are able to upscale your images at least to 1 megapixel, perhaps more. Moreover, we are supporting FP16 GPUs as well. So this application is many more times advanced than the original super released application by the developers. So the upscale has been completed. Let's compare in the full screen, and here from left, right, you see, you can pay attention to the armor. It became many times better. The armor became many times better. The face is looking 100% high quality, no degrade in quality, or it is still my face. It is perfectly loyal to the original, and this is a super upscale. There is no other application that can upscale as good as this one. You can try also different base models. You can try to change your prompt. It will affect it significantly. The prompt is super important. Let's return back to the original. So like this. So where are these images are saved? When you go to the open outputs folder, you will see the images are saved inside outputs. We can see also the metadata of the image. Every image you can see. Also you can see the prompt that it is used. You can see the prompt. This is automatically saved, and this is the generated image. You see it is 2048 to 2048 pixel. Moreover, we have another amazing feature. When you go to the outputs, you can drag and drop your image here to see its metadata. So I will drag and drop my image into here like this. Pay attention to this red border, and it will load the metadata in a moment. Yes, you see used base model, time, megapixel, everything. Default positive prompt, autoencoder, data type, whatever the option you use it is saved here so that you can generate this image again. Currently we don't have load these parameters. However, I will hopefully add that into here, so you will be able to click a button here and it will set everything as same as that metadata. Now I am going to make a super important comparison to explain you, show you the difference of the samplers and the text guidance scale. So I prepared an image SLI comparison. When you click this link, you will get to this page, and in here we can compare the effect of different stuff. For example, let's do full scale, and you see that the face restoration significantly improves the face's quality. So the face restoration is extremely important. The defaults have face restoration and only one option doesn't have face restoration, and you can see it significantly improves the faces. And the base version is here. Let's also see base version versus upscaled. You see the base version is like this, and this is the final version that we are getting. The difference is just like black and white, just so dramatic. And about the EDM versus DPM2M, the EDM is more loyal to the original image. Meanwhile, DPM PP2M will make the image more sharper, add more details. However, its loyalty will be a little bit off. So if your image is getting like burned, then I suggest you to use EDM. For example, let's compare 7.5. Moreover, as you increase the text CFG value, it will make more dramatic changes. So reduce the text CFG to get more loyal images, but you can see the difference of EDM versus DPMP P2M. So choose EDM if you need more loyal image, or use the DPM P2M as default if you need more crisp, more advanced images. The link will be in the Patreon post, so click it and see the difference on your computer to decide it. If you have any further questions, any requests, please message me from Patreon or reply to this YouTube video. Play with every parameter here, read the descriptions, and you will become master of upscaling. This is the very best upscaler. We also support SDXL Lightning version, so it will be many times faster, because when you go to the SDXL Lightning, you will only do 10 steps to get the best quality. However, there is a quality difference. The Lightning is not as good as standard SDXL. Moreover, don't forget to change your model to the Lightning when you do this. So you need a Lightning model for it to work. Hopefully see you in another amazing tutorial. Thank you so much for supporting me.